The Sandy and Toddcast is a Mind Garden Media podcast in association with
Screw You, Todd
Productions. Thirsty Thursday.
I keep saying that. Thursday. Like I have some sort of weird accent.
Stop for a second. I'm going to ask you right off the bat. How much have you had already?
Nothing. I just started.
Well, that's new because normally I'll have a double.
No, I didn't go out tonight. I didn't go out tonight. I didn't. But I'm drinking my rum and diet tonight in my Jason Tiki.
Very nice. I have my Winking Owl. What kind of wine is that? I can't remember.
Sangria,
yeah, in my Reagan glass tonight for Thirsty Thursday.
I love that glass.
The Sandy and Podcast.
You were just doing the Reagan impression before we came.
That's a vulgar abuse of power, Karis.
You do sound like it.
Loosen the straps.
Weirdo.
You know what she did? Your blanking daughter. There.
That creeps me out. Except you don't hide it from me. You say the whole thing too. I'm just tagging everybody that. Let's see. There we go. Now we're live.
You go ahead and do your little tagging. That's fine.
I'm all done now. I'm good. All right. So we have a huge show tonight.
Yes, we do. A lot of folks involved tonight. We have our regulars for Thirsty Thursday, like Lisa, Kennedy, Hale, Smith, Bonneman, Hale. She'll be here.
I thought you were going to say Wesson in there somewhere.
Wesson Oil? Listen, I know that she has, there might be a story about mustard.
No,
but I don't want to.
Smith and Wesson?
Smith and Wesson. No.
I was waiting for that.
So she's going to be joining us in a little bit to have some fun. We'll find out what she's having for a beverage.
Yes.
And then kind of the king of beverages tonight. He's got two podcasts that he's involved with. One is Dudes with Brews on a Porch, and the other one is Beer Gut Runs, which please hold on before you get all excited and shut us off. We'll explain what that means in a little bit. Drew Glaser is here tonight. We're going to talk with him as well.
Can't wait.
Then we've actually got live music tonight.
Live music. And she's good. She's darn good. It sounded a little bit. I was going to say it sounded a little bit like that.
Little bit.
Hi, Betsy. Hi, Jim. Hi, Brian. I'm so glad you guys are on with us tonight. So it's going to be a really busy night and a little fun and a lot of fun. And we also are doing Match Game. And Sydney is all of 17 years old and had no idea really what Match Game was. So she's had a little tutorial and she's going to play with us tonight. So it should be a lot of fun.
I hope so. We had a very busy week. Tuesday night, Eric Ferdinand Backlit joined us for Tarot Tuesday. We had a ton of people who joined us that night and like 350 views already on Facebook alone. So
crazy.
Big thanks to him. That's always a lot of fun.
And I have a really quick story to tell about Eric. Eric, to me, I truly believe that Eric is beyond intuitive and very good at what he does in tarot reading. And nothing he has ever said has been off, believe it or not. And he pulled a card on Tuesday night for one of my best friends and told her that she would be coming into some abundance in the next few weeks. And lo and behold, she texted me today and told me she got a promotion. And how cool is that? Ding, ding, ding.
Wait a minute. I think I've got a game show bell here for a second for my match game. Yeah. So let me throw that on for you. There you go. So that did happen for her.
It did. So we have, and if Eric or Victoria or Sudi or any one of our tarot readers pulls a card for you and it came true, let us know.
Yeah.
We'd love to talk about it. Hi, Care. That's my other best friend. And let us know about it, though, because we'd love to share that.
We would, and especially with the tarot readers, because it validates what they were feeling and all that. And even when they know that they're doing a good job, it's always nice to get that validation.
Yeah, it sure does.
Sunday, we've got a couple of things coming up. We've got an audio cast coming out for the Sandy and Todd audio cast, which is a broadcast of our story with David Williams, the interview we did with him, and his partial possession at a paranormal investigation.
You know, that I was editing it and putting it together today for the audio podcast on Sunday. And so I listened to it again. And it was even more, like, I don't know if disturbing is the right word, but it was even more scary to me.
It was more touching to me because when you're listening to something, you're not visualizing it.
Right.
I think you tune in with that sense a little bit more, and you could hear his voice trembling through the whole thing. This was traumatic for him.
It was so emotional for him. You could feel the emotion
It was the first time he's ever told that whole story, and we've got the scoop right here. So we thank him for sharing that with us.
Definitely.
And again, that'll be coming out on Sunday, our normal podcast day. And then at 2:30, we've got a live cast, a Sunday Fun Day, and Dean Martin, not the singer from the 60s.
I laugh every time you say that.
Because I love Dean Martin. He rocks.
Me too.
Dean is actually a radio presenter. They call him presenters in the UK. And after his show on Sunday, he's joining us to tell us about the experience that he's had in his home. I think he's in Gloucester there. And he's going to tell us about the things that went on in his home. He had some very dark energy and recently just had his house cleansed. So he's going to talk about what they went through for several years, what went on during the cleansing, and then how things have been afterward. So
I have a lot of questions. The more I sit and think about it, the more questions I have.
You're going to ask him what black pudding is?
No, I don't think I want to know.
Yeah, nothing like that.
I don't think I want to know that. What I want to know, though, is I'm kind of interested.
Spotted dick? You don't want to know what spotted dick is?
I don't want to know what that is either. I just
don't. It comes
don't.
in a tin can from Heinz.
No.
It's called spotted dick.
Why don't you say it again? Say it one more time.
Spotted dick.
So anyways, no, I'm a little curious to know why or if they had made an effort in the years that this was going on to have it cleansed before they did. And if not, why?
I think, and I don't know, we can ask him, but I think it's one of those situations like everybody where you think, well, we're just nuts. This isn't going on. This isn't normal. This can't be happening to me. So you just kind of live with it until some things happen. And then there's health issues, and then there's issues with pets and all that kind of stuff. And then you finally make that connection. So that will be on Sunday, actually 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central Time, and 7:30 in the UK. So that should be a good interview. Make
sure you tune in for that because that's going to be really super good. And if you miss it, of course, you can always check out the audio version of the podcast.
Yes, we will have that. And now I think we bring out our first guest this week, one of the regulars from Thirsty Thursday. Please say hello to our good friend, Lisa Hale. Yay! Give her a nice round of applause, would you please? Yay!
I'm so glad you used my right name.
Well, how many times have you been married again? How many is it? And include the one that wasn't legal. So how many have there been?
The one that wasn't legal? Oh my God. Okay, so there was.
Do you use first names?
Trevor.
There was Trevor.
Then there was Rick,
which really was like 2 weddings, but we won't get into that. And then there was Jill. Then there was Jill.
And then there is Dave.
So is that what? 4? 4. Okay.
I'm on number 4.
What about the one that held the gun to your head? Which one was that?
That was Trevor.
I don't even know what to say.
Right? And you look at me and you say, well, why do you tease her so much about her life? Look at her life.
Oh, honey, my life. I need to sit down and write it because it would be one of those things where people would be going, there's no way this happened.
It really did. It really did.
But you have a beautiful backdrop.
Yes, I do. Because of my bestest friend.
There you go.
At some point, we're going to teach you how to pan down a little bit, not get so much of the ugly ceiling up there.
And but see, if I do that, then I'm not showing. Hold on.
Well, go down lower. Better? Yeah, that's better.
There you go.
Yeah. Or put your laptop up on a little thing here or something like that. She's always about Miss Visual, right? And then then her entire shot is her ceiling in her basement.
Well, I honestly thought that it was pretty much getting just back here.
Yeah. But is that what it looks like to you?
I can see the light, but that's all I can see.
Right.
I don't think it's that bad.
One night
I think he's just picking on you.
One night we're gonna put her in front of a green screen and see what we can what we can do with her. I think that'll be just a lot of fun.
Oh my God. I think that's definitely in the cards.
Are you done?
I don't think so.
Are you done with school now? You're done with school?
Until June 7th, yes.
Ooh, a few weeks off. Good.
Very good.
Yeah, the last time we had a Thirsty Thursday, I was studying for finals.
That's right.
And I took my finals.
And how did that go? Let us all know how it goes. If I would have known ahead of time, I would have thrown some slides together so we could have looked at your grades. But what do you got? What'd you do?
The grades were good in the finals.
Yeah. Altogether, what'd you get?
I got out of the semester with a 3.33.
That's not too bad, right?
It's not
bad at all.
No.
2 A's and a C.
See ya. Lisa has real issues with C's.
I do, but I really this one class I got a C. So what? I got a C. It happens.
Yep.
And C's get degrees just as much as A's do.
Ain't that the truth?
Wow, you must be drunk. I've never heard you say something like that in my entire life.
Not yet,
truth, though.
Not yet, but I pretty much figure by the end of this podcast we will be.
Show everybody your glass, Lisa.
Oh yeah, let me hone in on that, by the way. Can you turn it? There you go.
Karen, we need to get these. I love that.
Very nice. Very nice.
My friend Jason got me that, and it's so true.
Awesome.
Very nice. Well, speaking of drinking, and we've all got a little something on here. This guy actually does a podcast where they talk about the beer they're drinking and tons of other topics and stuff like that. So let's bring him on. One of our guests this week on Thirsty Thursday from Dudes with Brews on a Porch and other podcasts, Drew Glaser, ladies and gentlemen. Nice round of applause for Drew. Yay. Hey.
There's actually only one podcast. The Beer Gut Runs is just Instagram.
See, well, I think there should be a podcast, though, don't you think? I mean,
a fat dude running.
Well, maybe.
Yes. You could talk about marathons, 5Ks. You could talk about all sorts of things.
I could try, but yeah, I mean,
you could talk about running while drunk.
Oh yeah,
you could run while drunk. That would be another way to do it. Absolutely.
Drink while running.
Drew, what are you drinking tonight, by the way?
I'm drinking, and I was going to have this for the podcast, but since it's a momentous occasion of being on this fine program, it's a collaborative beer from Toppling Goliath and Blackstack. It's called Safety Porpoise. It's an IPA, a double IPA, I should add.
Wow.
So what does that mean? What being a double IPA, what does that mean exactly?
Made with more stuff, double the hops and stuff like that. Yeah, the thing with Dudes with Brews on a Porch is, we drink a different beer every week. It's more or less a gimmick, and then we just talk nonsense. A lot of people have these kinds of formats of podcasts, but we talk to like celebrities sometimes, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But, Toppling Goliath is from Iowa. Blackstack is from, I want to say, Minnesota.
Who do you talk to that's famous?
That Todd Michaels guy.
Yeah, he's been on there.
He's famous.
He drank a beer with me in a weird basement one time.
Yeah, we don't get too deep into that because there's some stories, but yeah.
But it's not very often. We've talked to like Drew Lynch. He's a stand-up comedian. He was on.
I'm going to go see him this summer. He's going to be in Milwaukee. So yeah.
He's the young gentleman that has the stammer, right?
Right.
Yes. We call it stutter, but yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
I didn't know which was the PC term.
I think you're good. We've talked to, oh man, a couple of musicians that I really admired, Joey Briggs, and then Intruder Green from the band Mass Intruder. They're a punk band from Madison. They're pretty popular. And then I talked to Mark Pellegrino, the dude that plays Lucifer in Supernatural.
Yeah,
and he's in Dexter too.
He's a what?
He's in Dexter. He dies.
In Dexter. Lisa would know that. She's a huge Dexter fan.
Yeah. But Lisa, you and I have some things in common. I'm on my second marriage, so I'm halfway to where you're at. And,
give it some time. You'll get there. Give it some time. You're young yet.
This is my second and last marriage, regardless of what happens. Mm-hmm. If she comes to her senses and leaves, I'm just Tindering my way through life.
I'm just telling yourself that.
If that happens, you at least know that Lisa's, probably going to be available by that point for her 8th or 9th. So,
you never know.
He says, "Are you on Tinder?"
Not yet.
I think we just struck up a love chord. The hell with the Thirsty Thursday format. This is Love Connection. We'll be back in 2 and 2.
But I'm also in school, Lisa, and
what are you majoring in?
I'm working on my master's degree, actually.
God bless you.
In special education.
Wow.
Really, God bless you.
Yeah.
My stepson is on the autism spectrum disorder.
Yeah.
And special ed teachers are angels.
It's true.
I mean,
it's true.
Seriously, but bless your heart for doing a master's. I'm getting my second bachelor's right now, and I thought about a master's, but Todd will attest that I don't need to even think about that any further.
I just don't think it would be healthy for you.
No, it wouldn't.
I think you need to get on with your life.
Mm-hmm.
You've wasted so much on school and obviously marriages that it's just what
I wasted so much on school.
You did. How old are you? A lot of time wasted on school and frivolous and different kinds of
Oh,
hey, you're a well-rounded individual. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's what I am. Well-rounded, all right. But yeah, I'm 50-something years old.
That's okay. I'm 30. I'm almost there.
I'm 50.
You're young.
Todd's 51.
You're 50?
I'm 50.
Oh, wow.
I am.
Oh my God, everybody's hitting on one another tonight. Sydney, we'll get to you in just a bit. It might have to be you and I talking a little bit later on because everybody's going to be off in the back room having a little hinky dink. Or whatever they call it these days.
Hinky dink.
Yeah. So tell us, I mean, you talked a little bit about the podcast. It's you and who does the podcast with you now?
Usually it's Rob, my co-host. He's been a co-host for majority of the time. Sometimes my wife comes on there. We have a little segment called Seltzer Saturdays, where her and our friend Kay joins us, and those are really fun. We usually play games.
It's awesome.
And yeah,
we'll have fun tonight.
it's pretty cool. Otherwise, yeah, it's just me and Rob. We do talk about paranormal stuff every once in a while. Rob lives in a haunted apartment where somebody was murdered prior to him moving in, and it was a pretty big case locally. And then it just turned into a hobby because I was a failed radio personality, aka I couldn't pay my bills doing it. So
Then we're all failed radio personalities.
I know.
Every single one of us.
Every one of us.
But
every one of us.
Isn't it ironic that we're all failed radio personalities and now we're doing some video?
Mm-hmm.
Does it mean that we're failed if we left on purpose?
Yeah, I left on purpose. I mean,
me too. So I'm like,
well, you kind of did, but kind of didn't. Like if you would have stuck around, you'd have been out the door, I'm sure. Don't you think?
Me?
I mean, they were just not you, Drew. I'm talking to Lisa. Whenever there's a smart ass comment, it's usually directed toward Lisa.
Yeah. I probably would have ended up punching my co-host in the nose sooner or later.
Yeah.
Okay. I liked my co-host. I still do. And but it just didn't work out. I entered the corporate world and then I just started this random podcast and thought, hey, maybe some people will listen, and it went from 0 to whatever it is now. And 3 years I've been doing it.
Oh, 3 years? Wow.
Yeah. So
that's
it's
awesome.
I enjoy it. It's just more of a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
I try to market it, but I don't know how to do that. And
nobody does really.
Nobody really does.
Everything
changes.
So that's cool. Not often, but sometimes.
Well, and here's the thing. Drew's been very helpful to us. I am too old to understand everything there is to know about technology. And then
you are not.
And then yes, I am. And then there's Sandy, and she's
I know nothing. He automatically makes videos for me to show me how to turn things on and turn them off.
Honest to God, this woman, I'm sure her husband has to show her how to use a frickin' can opener, you know?
Is it that bad?
It's not that bad.
What was it today?
Stuff.
No. There was something. Oh, okay. I'm going to tell the story. Okay. So, okay. Have you guys ever seen those little bulbs that you can buy to flush out your ears with? They're blue and right? Have you seen that, Drew, at all? They're little, like a syringe kind of thing, but you blow out your ears.
Like the babies, you pull the snot out of their nose.
Pull the snot out of the nose. Yeah.
Sucker, sure.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, she had never seen that before, and in use in an ear, and so when her husband was flushing out her ears, it was the strangest thing to her.
It was awful. It was like this water being pushed into my ear, and it was weird.
For what?
Well, I had wax in my ear.
For the fun of it, Drew.
For the fun of it. It was like this weird game we were playing.
Want to get some stuff in my ear.
2021, man. You
never know. You never know.
That's true. That is true.
So I had never had that done to me before. I never had a problem with earwax. This is so weird. I can't believe we're talking about it. So it was in my left ear. And so I tell him about it, and he's like, Lord, this was your first time? I'm like, yes, Todd. I've never had that done before.
There was something else that you had never experienced before the other day that I could not believe that you were having issues with. I can't think of what it was.
I have no idea. There's a lot of firsts for me, apparently.
Oh, my God. Okay, it was one of those things like when you get on with the cable company. Said. When you get on with the cable company and they're like, okay, did you try shutting it off and turning it on? She'd be the one, I don't know where the switch is. Like on everything. On everything.
It's true, though. It's true. I'm horrible with anything tech-related, electricity-related, anything. I'm horrible.
Look who's on with us talking about David Williams earlier.
David!
David will be on our audio cast this week on Sunday. So if you missed out on the live cast last weekend or the weekend, weekend before, that audio cast will be coming up this week. So
this Sunday it'll drop. And David, I was just telling Todd that I was going through it and editing it today, and what a fantastic conversation we had. So thank you again for coming on and telling us your story. It was amazing.
Speaking of ghosts and stuff like that, we do like to talk about ghosts on this show in one way, shape, or form. Drew, tell me, I've heard some of your stories before about the house you grew up in. So share some of your better ones. Don't share the boring ones. Share the better ones.
Well, I grew up in a farmhouse. My dad owned a farm growing up, and it was like a family home. But I didn't really have any of the cool experiences. It was more my sister and my dad. But I mean, it was pretty old. My sister, one time we were about to go outside and take care of our dumb goats that we had, and some chickens.
Goats are not dumb.
Oh boy, I can tell you some stories. But yeah, and she like looked down the hallway and like froze, and like I just saw a woman walking down the hallway. And then, there was a time where our thermostat got jumped up to like 90 degrees while we're all sleeping. We all like woke up and we're just drenched in sweat. So, and like, I think one time the door shut in the hallway, which I don't know how it shut, but I know I was listening to Eminem, and
that'll do it right there.
Yeah. I mean, the classy lady from the 1800s, she's not down with that, which is fine. But yeah, nothing really crazy happened to me, but it was more my sister. But now in the house I'm in now, my wife is convinced that there's a ghost in here. And, I'm not dismissing it, but I'm pretty sure, I don't know all the details, but the person, we're only the second owners of this house. And the first one of the people passed away.
Oh, in the house?
I don't know that, in Wisconsin, you think, or a lot of people say, oh, they have to legally tell you. No, they don't. They don't have to tell you anything.
I thought they did have to tell you if somebody died.
If they're murdered.
If they're murdered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if I just die in my bed tonight, which, I could be hanging with the dead dude. That
double IPA could knock you out tonight.
Oh, yes. The porpoises.
Yeah. I have to take just a quick moment and show you this because somebody is falling in love. Oh my goodness.
No, I'm not.
Oh my God. You are so smitten right now. It's ridiculous.
The camera really does add.
I look better in person.
It really does, Drew. It adds 40 pounds for me, okay? Just so you know.
I mean, she said this is what she's doing.
If only my wife looked at me like that. Thank you, Lisa.
But
it's great till you're in a garage someplace. She's like, I'm going to miss you.
I love you. I'm going to miss you so much. Don't you understand? I'm in love with you.
She does it better than you do.
Pass the mustard. Okay.
There's been a couple comments about mustard. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not sure either.
After the show, you stay around and I will tell everybody in the green room about the mustard story because I think it involves a possible Thanksgiving holiday, to be honest with you.
No, it does not.
Nothing says the holidays like a mustard story.
Oh, Lord.
But my wife, God bless her, does the laundry. And she the other day, last week, we have like a weird setup in our basement. You have to walk through the garage to get to it, and there's like all these pull string lights and everything. And then our washer's on one room and our dryer's in the other room.
Oh no.
So she's going to the dryer room, and then in the room where the furnace is, that light. Well, first of all, when she came down, there was like what she described as it looked like a reflection of a spider web was coming like down, but there was nothing there. And
so do you think there was like maybe what do they call those things?
An orb.
Yeah. Do you think it was maybe like an orb or some kind of ectoplasm?
It was probably just the sun coming through the window, but I don't know. But she flicked the lights and then went into the other room, and then during that she the light turned off, but then it turned back on again.
Oh.
And granted, I've lived here for 2 years. I haven't changed that light bulb that I can recall. So it might just need a new light bulb. But there's times where I hear what would sounds like footsteps in my hallway, right by my door, and my daughter has mentioned it as well. And then, but and then my dog will like stare at the kitchen a lot and just growl and like look at nothing. To the point where my friend Rob, my co-host, was dog sitting our dogs, and the same thing happened. He got so creeped out. Of course, he locked the garage door, the door that goes into our garage, when he's not supposed to. And then when he took my dog for a walk, he locked his keys in my house.
Oh no!
Break through my window, but that's a different story. He still hasn't paid me back.
So here's my question: like you,
we should have court. We'll have like Friday court.
I'll get Rob on the phone right now. We'll get that taken care of. So my question is this: people with equipment, why don't you just have us come in and mess around some night?
Yeah,
all this stuff happened recently. Yeah, you can come over, dude. Like you all can. The big party, you can hang out in the gazebo.
We're coming out in September.
Yeah, where are you from, Sandy?
I'm in New York. I'm just east of Syracuse.
Are you from? You're not from New York, right?
Yeah. I
New York accent.
Yeah.
No, that's not
New York City. It's like a central New York, huh?
I said I was thinking you're like North Dakota.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You do have a little bit of the Midwest thing going.
Do I really?
Oh,
like
sure.
I was in, where was I? I think I was in New Orleans one time, and this man says to me, "You're from Syracuse, New York, aren't you?" And I'm like, "How did you know I was from near there?" And he says, "Oh, you have that central New York accent." I was like, I had no idea that there's an accent up here.
Actually, the way he knew is he picked your pocket. You just didn't realize it and had gone through your stuff.
Probably.
Surprised he didn't say you ain't from here, is you?
Yeah,
that's
a
Wisconsin accent. It's pretty bad.
The Wisconsin accent?
I'm pretty sure I have one.
We all do.
I don't like
it. I have to tell this story.
Okay.
So Todd, wonderful radio guy, Todd Michaels, right? Has this straight out normal accent, mid-American accent, right, on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Then one day, I love it, Drew. Thank you. Then one day he was talking to his mom on the phone.
Now, I was living down south at the time.
This is in Jackson, Mississippi, y'all.
Right.
And he's talking to his mom on the phone, and he goes into the Wisconsin, heavy, oh yeah, day accent. And I laughed so hard, and I still laugh when I hear it come out of him.
Yeah, it's.
He's writing
it down.
Just taking a couple notes.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah,
I do say "ope" a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. I've never really said that. I
have, and that's what the
what
weird
does that
is.
mean?
I say "ope."
It's like "oops," like
excuse me.
Whoops. And you go "oh."
Excuse me, let me by here.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
I'm sorry.
I think I try my best not to. I don't think mine's too thick like some people's.
It's
Sandy, I thought you were straight up from Wisconsin.
Really?
Yeah, you kind of like.
I've never. I've been to Chicago, but I've never been to Wisconsin.
Really?
I'm excited. Yeah, we're coming up. We're going to Oshkosh. Everybody says, "Where are you going for vacation this year?" And I said, "Oshkosh." They're like, "What?"
You can see an EAA exhibit or something.
And all she cares about is going to a freaking cheese factory. She wants cheese curds.
I work in one.
Ooh,
Do you really? I want to go. Well, Wisconsin's known for its cheese, right? So I just want to go to. He's not going to take me to a cheese factory.
And beer.
Yeah, cheese and beer, exactly.
Perfect.
He won't take me.
Perfect.
He's going to take me to see Fonzie, though.
Cheese and beer, the bed and breakfast she's staying, it'll smell like rotten farts all night, so that'll be perfect.
Awful.
That's a day in the life of my wife. Oh,
why am I not surprised by that, Drew? We should have her on, actually.
Yeah, we should.
Stories.
Yeah or no.
All right.
We are gonna go see Fonzie though in Milwaukee.
Yeah. Yep. And we're going to go check out a couple of other places. And I think we're going to do an investigation of a house down there, actually,
I'm excited.
when she's back. So
yeah.
You can come to mine.
Are you guys going to try to go to Plainfield?
Well, I don't know. Remember, because the timing might be rough.
I know. We're going to try. But we want to get everybody together on Friday night and go out.
Friday night. What day is it?
The
Friday.
10th. Friday. I know. I was going to say that.
10th of what? 10th of
September.
Okay. So, Drew, so there you go. So we'll celebrate your dad's birthday.
Let's do
it.
What
What city are you in?
I'm in North Fond du Lac.
Oh,
that's
okay.
not far.
So you're not far from us at all.
Yeah.
Come on.
Look at her. Look at her. She just found out her Tinder date's right down the street.
Yeah, see?
She can walk to see you. She can ride her bike. That's the way the husband doesn't know she took the car.
We can put the looks to the test, you know? I'm going to tell you. I'm a computer 9, but boy, in life.
Computer 9.
Y'all are funny.
Oh my gosh.
All right. I think we should bring out our musical guest. What do you say?
Yes, let's do it.
Go for it, baby.
All right, here we go. Now, Sydney Irving, I am so excited to have Sydney with us tonight because Sydney is all of 17 years old. She is very well known. She's an award-winning artist at 17 years old. At
17, we're like all in our 30s, 40s, and 50s. We've done nothing with our lives. We're sitting here on a podcast with nobody watching, drinking drinks on a Thursday night.
But we've also learned to enjoy life, obviously.
That's true. And, hopefully you can do that, Sydney, at some point when you're rich, you got all the music money, you can enjoy life too.
We'll still be doing this. Sydney will be, but Sydney is an award-winning artist, and she is absolutely fabulous. I'm a big believer in artists who do their own thing, and she reminds me, one of my favorites is Kaylee Hammack. She's an artist, and Sydney reminds me very much of Kaylee Hammack because she just does her own thing, and it comes out so beautiful, and she's so talented. So welcome to the Sandy and Toddcast, Sydney Irving.
There she is.
Yay!
Nice. Yay!
Hi, Sid.
What's up?
She takes the level of this podcast from like right down here to up here now. You do that, Sydney.
We already decided you have the best backdrop of the night.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. It's my sister's, actually.
It's
Just
really
steal it from her bedroom or something like that?
She uses it as like a curtain, kind of, and I stole it.
It works. Definitely works.
Thank
So,
you.
Sydney, tell us a little bit about your background with music. When did you start playing, and how did that all go for you? I mean, you're 17 years old.
Well, it started, it was really dark, and there was an alley, and I was walking down the alley, and there was a wizard, and the wizard handed me a guitar and said, blam, and then it just happened.
I wasn't sure exactly where she was going to go with that, to be honest with you.
I thought her mother was giving birth. I wasn't sure.
It was very dark. There was an alley and a guitar.
No,
She fits right in.
I started when I was like 9 years old, and I got my first guitar, and it kind of sat in the corner for a while until I started lessons about a year later, and then I got my first acoustic guitar, Breathe Love guitar, and I started writing when I was like 12 and singing and stuff like that.
What's your writing process like? I know a lot of artists, each one has kind of their own way of doing it, but how does it work for you? Is it the music first, or is it the song lyrics? What is it?
It depends a lot of times. I think it all depends on the song, really. I tend to write better on the floor in my bedroom, which is kind of weird. But like I'll sit down on the floor and then it usually starts with lyrics and then like a melody and then it kind of goes from there. But
so at the age of like 9 or 10, you actually started this. Did you sing at home a lot? Did you just sing?
not really, actually. I was a pretty shy kid.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did this rock camp when I was probably like 12, and I didn't really talk very much. So like my guitar teacher, I'd been taking lessons for like a year or so, and he was like, I don't really think she talks. I don't really know what she does. And so I went up, and so the purpose of the rock camp was you go and the kids write the songs, and at the end of it, they all perform the songs for family and friends and stuff. And so this was the year I was like, I'm going to write a song and I'm going to sing it for everyone. And I told my parents, and they were like, oh yeah, that's cute. She's probably just going to like sit in the back and sway and stuff. And I went up to the mic and sang the song, and my guitar teacher afterward was like, I guess she sings now. You gotta keep doing it, I guess.
That's kind of interesting. Don't you guys, I mean, we're all kind of performers in a way. I mean, aren't we all just a little bit introverted to a certain extent? Like when I was young, I didn't talk at all. It took me to the point where I had to come out of my shell to even and do this as a job. But once it did, like once somebody turned a mic on, I knocked it out of the ballpark because I'm so good. But I mean, didn't we all start at that point?
Mm-hmm.
I've always been the annoying guy.
I can see that.
I actually went to college for radio and TV. It was a concentration, and I was a communications major, and there was no way at my age I could get into radio because I was so introverted at that point in my life that there was no way I was going to be able to do that. It took me 30 years to be able to get into radio.
You know what we used to call the RTVF majors that came into the radio stations that I worked in?
What?
I can't say the word. Sorry. I mean, we had to reteach them everything.
Yeah, it's true.
Well,
it's true.
Of course. But I see what you're saying. But
no,
still.
I agree, though. When I look back on how I was in college as opposed to how I was when I started actually doing radio, I was so glad that I had to essentially begin again because everything had changed so much.
Oh, yeah.
I was really glad that I just took life experience with me into learning radio.
Can you imagine she cannot do anything techie? Can you imagine her trying to splice tape with a razor blade?
All right. I know. So, Sydney, tell us, how do you describe your music style?
Yeah, like who did you look up to when you were listening to music? Who are some of your faves?
Who are your influences?
Ooh, there's so many. Probably like Tom Petty, The Doors, Ryan Adams. I think they're all super cool. Kiss. There's a band called The Struts from England. So kind of like, I like rock and roll.
Yeah. Yeah. I was saying, I don't know if you heard me backstage, but I was saying how I love you because you have your very own style. You just seem to take a little bit from everybody and make it your own. And I think that's so unique and so cool. Like, I think of you, I told Brian this too. I think of you as sort of like the equivalent of, I love Kaylee Hammack because I love her style and the way she sings and her music. And I kind of equate you with her in that you just do your own thing and it just comes out great. I just love your style. So.
How about why don't you favor us with a little ditty right now?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Sydney Irving on Thirsty Thursday.
All right, so I'm going to play you a song called All I Need Is You. And this is my brand new single. We just released a music video for it Tuesday night, actually, which you can check out on YouTube, on Facebook. We shot it up at the Stanley Theater in Utica. I'm breathing loneliness. Tell me you'll still know me when the air stops falling thin. Come on, baby, pull me in. All I need is you. All I need is you. I'll never say I do. All I need is you. All this time it got away, waiting for a sunny day. Till then we'll have to stay here in our windows on display. All I need is you. All I need is you. I'll never say I do. All I need is you. Did you sleep last night? I swear I tried. Love, it's all all I need is you. Only you. All I need is you. All I need is you. I'll never say I do. All I need is you.
Very nice, Sydney Irving.
Woo!
Very good.
Yes.
Great.
So here's some of the comments from the Peanut Gallery. She's great. And then we get, she's great. That voice doesn't belong on a 17-year-old.
Thank you.
So Sydney Irving, living proof that you can be introverted and sound like that and go very far in the world. Now, Sydney, you did your video. You said at the Stanley, and you know that's pretty haunted. Have you ever been?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's very haunted.
I love that.
Yes.
We stayed on the stage and then we went to the lobby to do parts and then we went outside. We didn't really venture off of
Hang out.
path.
Did you go in the ladies' room at all? Because that's extremely haunted.
That's kind of a personal story, isn't it? A personal. I mean, my goodness.
There's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on in there.
It's Sandy. What do you expect?
You didn't see any kids hanging out in hallways? Twins?
Okay, wrong Stanley. Wrong
That's the wrong
Stanley.
Stanley, Drew. Drew has a request. Drew would like to request a song.
Hey, you got Freebird? You ever hear that?
Don't listen to him.
I don't know how to play that one. I choose not to try to learn it because I don't know.
Do people ever yell that to you?
I don't think maybe once.
God, I hope not.
I know. It's sort of this drunken thing when you're in an establishment and you've been drinking to yell Freebird at the musician.
So there's the Stanley Theater right there.
Okay.
There's the Stanley Theater.
Stanley Hotel.
No, the Stanley
No,
Theater
the
in
Stanley
Utica.
Theater.
And if you look very closely, you can see a figure standing in the shadow there.
Or is it a shadow?
Or is it a figure? Yeah. So
right, and you can see it kind of blew me away. That's one of my things is I want to get in there and investigate. Brian says that you are on the road with Drew Baldridge next week.
Yes.
Right? And you have over 120 shows booked before September.
Yes. That is a fact.
I can't walk 120 feet without wanting to lay down and take a nap, Sydney. Wow, that's great. Good for you. Good for you. What are some of your favorite places that you've played? Any place that really stands out for you?
There's so many. Anytime I get to play is really just a total blast. Some big ones that probably stick out. I got to open up for Starship up in at Speedy Fest, which was super cool. And I got to play up at the Turquoise Tiger at the Turning Stone Casino, which was super awesome as well.
Yeah, that's a really cool place. I really like the Turquoise Tiger. That's cool. Good for you. You want to do another song for us?
Well, let's play Match Game and then we'll do another song.
Oh, okay, let's do that.
Lisa, did you have a question, by the way?
I was just gonna say that I love the timbre of your voice.
Thank you.
And I was trying to think of who to compare it to, but I couldn't come up with anybody, which is good. It means that you are unique, and I love that.
That's why I like it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. All right, you guys ready to play?
Here we go.
All right. Time to get ready to match the stars. Please welcome Brittany Lee, Drew Quick Trip Glaser Donuts, Lisa Hale, Kennedy Thompson Hale, Winslow Hale, Wild Hale, and Songbird Sydney as we play the unstar-studded, no money match game.
Right.
Pretty sure that's a trademark logo, Todd.
That's okay. Let them come after me if they want.
We got no money.
Here's how it's going to work. These are actual questions from the actual match game from the 1970s. I will ask them, and then our people who are listening in can actually play along, and I will choose one of them in order to play along. Okay? You guys ready on the peanut gallery up there?
I'm ready, and I'm a half a bottle in, so...
Well, maybe you all want to take just a quick sip before we go on here.
Sydney, do you have your pen and paper ready?
I do.
All right, look at that.
She's all ready to go.
Brian says, oh boy, this should be interesting.
Todd, since you're the host, are you going to be like that one dude that kisses everyone, Richard Dawson?
Absolutely not. He was such an a-hole. He really was in real life. He really was. All right, so here we go. It was International Nurses Day this week, right? Did you know that?
And I love my nurses. I love them, especially
thank
Jason.
You. My niece is a nurse in New Jersey. She worked in a COVID unit for months. My niece Stephanie. So very proud of all of our nurses.
So I guess you win the prize? Something like that? All right, here's a question. One nurse said to another, I think the new surgeon used to be a cook. When Mrs. Jones got on the operating table, the doctor started to blank her. One nurse said to another, I think the new surgeon used to be a cook. When Mrs. Jones got on the operating table, the doctor started blanking her. Write down your response. Hold up your arm, your hand when you're done. Lisa's in. Sandy's in. Sydney's in. Drew's in. Everybody's in. Very good.
You have to figure out who I am, Brittany Lee or Sandy.
I'll tell you who you are. All right. All right, we're going to go with Betsy tonight. Betsy's answer is based.
Oh, that's a good answer.
That's a great answer.
That's a very good answer.
One nurse said to another, I think the new surgeon used to be a cook. When Mrs. Jones got on the operating table, the doctor started blanking her. Brittany Lee, what do you say?
I said filleting her.
That's not bad. That's actually pretty good, but not a match on that one.
No.
The Brett Summers of the group up there, Lisa Hale, Kennedy Smitherson Hale. What do you got for an answer? Stop. That's a little vulgar, actually.
I know.
I think the new surgeon used to be a cook. When Mrs. Jones got on the operating table, the doctor started blanking her. What did you say, Drew?
I'm pretty sure I spelled it wrong, but I said filet.
Yeah. Betsy's looking for a based. Now, listen, if Sydney, who does not even know what a match game is, gets this right, that would be interesting.
That would be hilarious.
Are you at the microwave burrito stage in your life, Sydney?
The doctor started blanking her. What did you say, Sydney?
Punch?
Really gotta punch those meats.
Betsy said base. Some of the other ones were tenderizing, right? That's pretty good.
That was
That's
good. One.
good.
That was good.
Spooning is good too, actually.
Ooh,
to be honest
Tammy,
with you.
that's a good one. Yeah.
All right, get your pens and paper ready. Here we go for another one.
All right.
Lady Guinevere said, enough from the peanut gallery up there. She's all upset because Drew's married. Lady Guinevere said, King Arthur and I believe in the equality of the sexes. That's why I wear his armor and he wears my blank. Lady Guinevere said, King Arthur and I believe in the equality of the sexes. That's why I wear his armor and he wears my blank.
I have 2 answers I can do.
You can only do one, Brett Summers.
But they're both so good.
Well, share one with Sandy. I'm not sure she's got an answer yet.
I have an answer.
Okay. Yeah, Drew's in. Brittany's in. Sydney's in. And now Lisa's in. All right, here we go. Lady Guinevere said, King Arthur and I believe in the equality of the sexes. That's why I wear his armor and he wears my... And Jim said corset. All right. So let's start with Brittany Lee up there, who's also Sandy, who's also many other people because she's got.
I have 92 personalities.
I was going to say, what did you say to that?
Depending on the time of month. Corset.
Yeah, yes! There you go. Jim's got one there.
Yay!
All right. Lady Guinevere said, King Arthur and I believe in the equality of the sexes. That's why I wear his armor and he wears my. Lisa Hale, Kennedy K. What did you say? Bra.
That's good.
Actually, I got to tell you that Renee said bra, so you would have matched her.
I was either bra or chastity belt.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Especially for Lisa. Hey, that's why I wear his armor. He wears my blank. Drew, what did you say?
I said chastity belt.
Did you really?
Great minds think alike.
Is it just me, or are we seeing a connection here tonight?
I know. We should be playing the love connection.
No, we're
kidding.
seeing a friend connection is what we're seeing.
My wife is home, so watch out.
That's what I'm saying.
In the door.
Whatever you guys do is up to you. Just don't bring it on the podcast, all right?
Please.
All right, Sydney, what do you think? That's why I wear his armor and he wears my blank.
Bloomers.
Good answer.
Good one too.
All right, one more question. Congratulations, Jim got that right, by the way. We had some other answers. Corset was another one, and dresses.
Lots of
Karen
courses.
said
All good
panties.
answers.
Karen said
Panties.
panties, yes. I love an answer that's panties.
Yeah,
Of course
yeah.
you do.
Mhm.
All right, last one here. Larry said, I stayed in a motel with a really strange bed. When I laid down... Oh, go ahead.
How strange was it?
I give you points on
That's
that one. When I laid down, instead of massaging me, the magic fingers picked my blank. Larry said, I stayed in a motel with a really strange bed. When I laid down, instead of massaging me, the magic fingers picked my blank. Drew's laughing. Strange motel, strange bed. When I laid down, instead of massaging me, the magic fingers picked my blank. Brittany's in, Drew is in, Lisa's in, and Sydney's in. Everybody's in.
These answers are great.
All right. So Larry said, I stayed in a motel with a really strange bed. When I laid down, instead of massaging me, the magic fingers picked my... And we're going to go with Shelly Barnes said nose. It picked my nose.
Hi,
Shelly, that sounds familiar. How do we know Shelly?
Shelly is a friend of mine from Louisiana.
Oh.
She is part of the Thursday night knitting group that I met, and I absolutely adore this woman.
Oh my God.
welcome,
She's hitting on Shelly too. I mean, she just can't shut it off, can she?
I had my chance to hit on Shelly, but you know.
All right. So Larry said, I stayed in a motel with a really strange bed. When I laid down, instead of massaging me, the magic fingers picked my blank. Brittany Lee, you said what?
I said nose.
Yes. Very
Yay!
good.
I got 2 for 3 this week.
Larry said, I stayed in a motel with a really strange bed. When I lay down, instead of massaging me, the magic fingers picked my Lisa Hale. Nose. Very good. All right, Drew.
Either that or belly button.
Strange bed. I was thinking picking a pocket, that's what I would say. But
Oh, you're no fun.
instead of massaging me, the magic fingers picked my what, Drew?
I got an ad. My wife just walked in and she handed me another beer and she's giving me dirty looks. Lisa.
I didn't touch him. I swear it wasn't me.
The magic fingers. I went with the inappropriate, immature answer and said butt.
Oh! There are a couple butts out there.
There are a couple butts out there.
You butts.
We're not talking about the answers, by the way.
I wish I had more of a butt, you know?
Boy. Beer Gut Runs is the Instagram to check out. And he does stand in his underwear, by the way.
Not Beer Gut Buns. Unfortunately.
Instead of massaging me, the magic fingers picked my blank. What did you say, Sydney?
I said nose.
Yes! Well, there you go. Nice job. Shelly's the winner tonight. Stephen said butt. Jim said wedgie.
I like that one.
said toes.
But
that was a lot of fun. You guys did very, very well.
This was a good week.
For you, because at the other weeks you didn't do very well at all.
No, I did horrible. I'm just going to say banana hammock. That was, I think, week 1.
Just to say it?
Just to say it because I think it's funny.
It's a fun word to say.
It is.
I forgot to do this. I can't do this without actually saying this. I got to do it. So, this is Johnny Olson speaking for Match Game 21, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. Stay tuned for Secret Storm over most of these CBS stations. All right, that's it.
All right, thanks.
You're a little too good at that.
I know.
I was born too late. I should be dead right now from smoking cigarettes and doing game shows. That's what I should be dead.
The irony is he does not smoke.
I know.
But he's dead? I don't understand that.
What?
I'm just saying that. Never mind.
Thank you.
As I said, I'm half a bottle in. Never mind.
All right, really quickly. Sunday, we have the podcast coming out with David Williams. That'll be the audio cast. Then a Sunday Fun Day at 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central with Dean Martin from the UK and his crazy story.
Yeah.
Make sure and like us on Facebook and join our group as well. Stay Weirdos, the Friends of the Sandy and Toddcast, right? Is that what it's called?
Right. You got it. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
And I would like to remind everybody that when you listen to the Sandy and Toddcast, the actual podcast, make sure you leave a 5-star review. It seems like it's such a little thing, but it really, really helps them. So really leave a review.
Thank you, Lisa. Yeah. Believe it or not, reviews really, really help us. On Facebook, too. Facebook, too, because we release it on Facebook. So what do you say, Sydney, you want to take us out with a song?
Poorly.
All right. We're going to wrap it up with Sydney Irving and Todd, throw up all the info on Sydney. You're going to... I boss him around. I boss him around so much. Don't literally throw it up.
Drew, thanks for being on with us tonight,
Drew,
too.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank
absolutely.
You, Drew.
We love you.
Absolutely.
Come back anytime. Anytime at all.
I'm game.
I'm going to throw all this stuff up.
And I hope to see you in September, and maybe we'll investigate your house.
Do it.
That'd be fun.
We won't bring Lisa, though, because we're afraid that she won't be investigating the house, if you know what I'm saying.
Tomorrow.
You are so bad.
Tomorrow.
Maybe learn about what the love is about on the wall.
Tomorrow, Sydney will be it'll be Sydney Irving and the Mojo. Sydney, that's your band.
Yeah.
And you'll be with Skeeter Creek at Rustic Ties in Little Falls tomorrow. So you can get all the information right on your Facebook page.
Rocking and rolling, yes.
There you go.
I love that. What is it called? Skeeter Creek?
Yes.
I love it. I had a little bit of that once, and I got an ointment, and it cleaned it right up. To be honest with you.
I don't want to know that.
Sydney, go ahead and take us out. We'd love to hear it.
Thanks, Sydney.
This one's called What Have You Done? Hello, goodbye, time. Laced up feet on shuffling by. A second chance if that's a place to go somewhere. As my heartbeat breaks in the green light. Good Lord, oh, I need an end before the curtains close. Something to hold on after the moment's sore. And live a life that failed tomorrow's voice. Oh, 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 my colors run down my face, walking through the haze. Oh, what have you done? Entice the lonely ones down from grace, but they always hold you safe. So what have you done? What have you done? A tongue-tied melody, baby, tell me why can't you see it? 'Cause I haven't been sleeping. So come on, darling, take it all, baby. Now before I crumble down, before I crumble down, oh, 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 what have you done? Let my colors run down my face, broken through the haze. Oh, what have you done? Entice the lonely ones down from grace, but they always hold you safe. So what have you done? What have you done? Have you done? What have you done? Have you done? What have you? What have you done?
Yeah, very good.
Wow.
Cindy, thanks so much. Drew, thank you. Lisa, thanks for being along tonight, Lisa. We appreciate it too.
We love you, Lisa.
Have a good night, everybody.
Say that.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.